Hey guys, this is V91, and I'm talking about The Walking Dead. More so about Delta. Delta has kind of been gone around ever since episode 2 of the final season, and it's clearly clear that Lilly is not the leader of Delta. And that boat with 8 people is not Delta. That's not the full Delta. That was just like a group they sent out to get other members. Well, I think people started to be like, if Lily's not the leader, then who is the leader of Delta? I even saw a YouTube video on that, who's the leader of Delta or something like that. But here's the thing. I'm not even going to focus on who the leader is because I want to know, will we even see Delta? I don't think so. I just do not think that we're going to ever see Delta in the final season. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. They only have 1 episode left. You see, each third episode of the final season has always been kind of like that turning point. The episode kind of ends one problem and begins the next. You had season 1 where the end of episode 3 reveals the stranger, and then episode 4 and episode 5, that kind of becomes the problem, that and Crawford. And then season 2, Carver dies near the end of episode 3, and then episode 4 and 5 deal more so with Rebecca's baby, and then of course the Russians eventually. And in New Frontier, you had with Joanne's reveal, and that kind of leads to the problems of episode 4 and 5. That and also Richmond being invaded by walkers. So in reality, all the seasons have done this, where episode 3 kind of ends one problem and then begins the new one at the same time. But the difference here is that the final season only has 1 more episode. See, you can introduce a new problem at the end of episode 3 and then have that problem be more or less a basis for episode 4 and 5. You can do that. But I don't see them doing that here because you can't do that in episode 4. You can't introduce us to the Delta really in episode 4, introduce us to the leader, and then have us like do this whole new villain thing all in the span of about 2+ hours. It's not going to work. It's not going to set. It's going to be like a rush job. So I don't see them introducing us to Delta. I just see them, Delta being one of those things that we just like hear about. You never learn about who the leader is. You never learn about who they're fighting against. I see the next episode just starting with Clementine looking for AJ. You find AJ, and then maybe you deal with the group problems. That's it. I do not see Delta being any more of an issue here. It just, in 1 episode, they can't do it. I don't think they can get to Delta, introduce us to the leader. Maybe it's someone familiar, maybe it's not, and then have us with this whole new story. It just doesn't make sense for me for just 1 episode. Plus, the boat kind of blew up, so I don't see them actually being able to make it to Delta, like physically. So I just don't think that in the next episode we're going to see Delta. I don't think Delta will be the main issue. I don't think we're going to even know who the leader is or who they're fighting against. None of that stuff. Now, unless I am going to put this out there, even though I don't think this is going to happen, unless Skybound, because they have taken over from Telltale, maybe Skybound plans to continue Clementine's story. I'm just saying, I know that Telltale said that this was going to be the last of Clementine's story, but there may have been still Walking Dead's planned after that. So I think that maybe if Skybound thinks that this is a profitable endeavor, that they'll be like, maybe we should continue this. So maybe they change the ending. Maybe Clementine doesn't die if that was the original ending. Or maybe something happens that leaves it open to have some more story. I think that Clementine's story does kind of need to come to an end, but at the same time, Skybound may be like, hey, we should still be making these games. So they could introduce us to Delta if they plan on having maybe DLC like 400 Days or something like that. I think I read on the forum that they may be having some DLC or a season 5 maybe. If Skybound does that, then maybe it may work out, but I doubt it. I really don't think that Skybound is going to continue the series. I think they're just going to end it for Telltale Games and move on. So what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that we're going to see Delta, or do you guys think like me that it's just too much to do in 1 episode? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and may God bless you all.